Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Fear Freaks podcast. If you guys are new here, welcome. My name's Braden.
I'm Destiny. Why are you laughing?
I don't know, and we are the Fear Freaks. It's been a while. I'm getting used to being back. You know what I mean? Like I need to get that typical opening down again. So I feel like it's just been way too long. There's just been a lot of stuff going on, obviously. So it's good to be back. Good to be back. How's everyone going tonight? Cody, looks like we got a new person in here tonight. Welcome, Cody. We're glad to have you here. Welcome to this is a weekly live segment. So come on in, chat with us for a little bit. Or don't. But glad to have you here. Des, how have you been?
Here.
Here.
Happy to be here.
Yeah.
Haven't been doing a whole lot. Haven't watched as many movies I would like. Being gone for like 3 weeks, still not as much as I would have liked to got to, but here. Oh, Mud is also a first time watcher. Thank you
First time
so
watcher.
much.
Thank you so much,
Kevin.
Mud, for being here. Now we're getting in there. I see that we've got more people here watching now. I wasn't sure how many people were going to tune in tonight because there's quite a few different streams going on. We got some great creators out and about right now streaming. Got Good Real Hunting. They're doing their Jason Jason Goes to Hell live stream. We got the Fauci Monster Cafe on Fauci's channel. Last time I checked, Dave McRae was live, so there's a lot of stuff going on YouTube tonight. So if you guys are stopping in between, thank you guys for being here. And I do apologize for my super awkward opening. I would honestly normally I get in the mood before we get in here, and then it's like I just lost my vocabulary apparently because it's just been so long since we've done a stream. But I'm glad to be back. I'm happy to be here tonight. Des, anything going on in your world of horror lately? Before we take questions or anything like that, guys, tonight we're just hanging out. I thought this was going to be a good idea for the first one back, hang out, take some questions, all that stuff. For those viewers that are normally here every week, you guys know the drill. For the new peeps, it's just we're hanging out tonight, talking some movies, all that stuff. So, Des, what's going on with you?
Well, so from our last stream, the last thing, we did our Scream 6 watch along, drinking watch along, went
South.
terribly.
I think that's why I'm so shook being back here. I'm the last time I was in this chair with these lights on me and everything, it was a mess. I was a hot mess. that is still currently on the channel. We do still have planned, right, for the week that it comes on Blu-ray to redo that. We're going to be redoing that drink along.
Yeah, hopefully it'll go a lot better this time. But before that, we had talked about Evil Dead Rise. So they're having a conversation out there. Okay, so one day I had watched High Tension, which this was definitely weeks ago, so I've already talked about it on Letterboxd and Twitter, but whatever. But I watched High Tension for the first time, and that's one of the French extreme films. It's on Shudder right now, and I won't go into it too much because I don't want to say too much about it. But there's parts of it I really liked, and then there's a huge part that just does not make sense. And if you've seen it, you'll know it. It was just I don't know. It was really good until a certain point. And unfortunately, this point almost ruins the rest of the movie in a way. But everything up until that was really good. Inside, which another French extremist film, feeling a little crazy one day, and I watched it, and it was disgusting. Infinity Pool, that one I enjoyed so much. Mia Goth is amazing as always, and she was freaking that movie. I know you haven't seen it, and it's definitely up there, which I haven't seen that many movies that have came out this year, but it's definitely, as of right now, my second favorite besides Scream 6. Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Didn't like it as much as a lot of people do, but I thought it was still fine. Fall, which I honestly was expecting to be more scared of fall because they're up in the air, and I'm terrified of heights. And honestly, I thought it was all right. I thought it was going to be a lot scarier, and it wasn't. I watched Zombievers on Match Channel, which I did not like as well. And then I watched Rec 2, which is pretty good. And I watched Influencer, which I thought was okay. So, quite a few movies. None of them have really like, besides I would say Infinity Pool. The rest of them I thought were pretty all right. But
Hmm.
Infinity Pool is definitely my favorite that I've seen in a while.
Okay. That's a solid list. I'm looking at my list of like this like past week, and the only horror movie I watched this past week was The Boogeyman, which is in theaters tonight. I was at a advanced screening last week, so technically it was last Tuesday that I had seen it. I haven't watched any horror this week. Like everything has been like literally like I saw The Little Mermaid last week. I saw About My Father last week. Like I mean, I've just been all over the place like with a whole bunch of different things. So definitely not up there with horror or anything right now, but there's movies that are coming up that I plan on covering on the channel. Like I did just buy, there's quite a few things I bought horror wise, like bought the Conjuring universe. I bought the whole Blu-ray collection. I just pre-ordered, in case anybody didn't know this, on June 6th, Tuesday. Insidious is having their collection coming out on Amazon, and so I guess it's also going to be in stores, I think, but I know it comes out on Tuesday. I pre-ordered that, so that'll be here. Excited to cover all the Insidious movies on the channel. I just ordered The Strangers, so now I will finally have The Strangers and The Strangers Pray at Night. Now, Des, listen to me. The Strangers Pray at Night is not the worst horror movie ever. Okay, I don't even consider it like I just you know my thoughts on it. I'm just saying like that's all. But I will have both of them, so I'm excited for that. What?
Whatever, it's fine.
I'm just saying, you know. Um, hey, the movie got me to jump, so there's that.
It did. It
So
did.
and that is on the internet now. But yeah, so I did order a couple things that will be here next week, which I'm definitely excited to add to the Blu-ray collection as well. Alrighty. So looks like we got a couple Charlie, what's going on? Yeah, welcome back, right? I feel like I've been away for way too long, longer than I had wanted to be. But trying to get back into this whole YouTube thing is weird. I feel like my legs are like wobbly right now. I'm like walking on like wobbly land,
No, it definitely does feel a little weird. Because
right?
even like I've probably done like 2 streams in like the past like 3 weeks, and that's also just pretty rare. So it's like I don't know what I'm doing right now. It's a little
I know.
nerve
Well,
wracking.
I'm hoping this weekend I do plan on doing my everything like I did last month. I'm gonna do the everything I watched in May type of thing. I had fun doing that last month, so I don't know if I want to throw in a ranking. Like maybe I can talk about. There's a couple rankings that I actually can do because Fast X came out, so I can do like my live Fast and Furious ranking as well. Who I know, right? But because everyone just is like apparently loving this.
Dying to know.
Did you see that Vin Diesel? I just saw this on Twitter today. Vin Diesel is apparently upset at Jason Momoa for stealing his reign in Fast 10 and blames him for the film's negative reviews. Like, no. Like, Jason Momoa actually, anybody that's talked about Fast 10 has actually praised Jason Momoa and has said everything else has been ridiculous. So I think Vin Diesel's just kind of got a chip on his shoulder towards him because he's the one that's getting the positive reviews because this is actually new for him. I mean, Jason Momoa, he's got like a range of stuff that he's been in. He's kind of the same character in everything he does. But at least like this is like he hasn't been involved in this franchise except for one movie so far. So, and he plays the villain, and he plays a damn good villain in the movie. So I found that to be kind of funny. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
I already know how you already know how I feel about Vin Diesel. I think that man is strange, very weird, narcissistic. It makes him like what you're saying just sounds like Vin Diesel. I'm like, yeah, that totally makes sense because that's just how he is. So it definitely makes sense that he would react like that. I
Yeah.
just think he's ridiculous. Like that one video, it's on Drew Gooden's channel if anyone's curious. It's just like pretty much a compilation of all the weird shit that he's like said and done in like interviews or like videos, like his own videos. He's just very strange. So it sounds about right. It sounds
He
fitting.
he definitely is. I will say that, like, he's gotten more and more strange as he's kind of advanced through his career. Like, he's kind of like one of those actors that's just like, I mean, even when he was at the red carpet premiere for Fast 10, like, he's like, the sooner I deliver the finale, the sooner I could release these spin-offs, you know, like, because they've apparently got a bunch of different spin-offs that are up and coming for the Fast franchise. So that'll be interesting to see. Des, you are frozen right now. Like, you're completely frozen. I don't know if you know that or not. Unless it's me. And anybody else seeing as Destiny being frozen right now? Or is it just me? Okay, it's her. Okay. I thought so. Yeah, she's completely frozen. Tongue out and everything. Like, okay. So she should be back here in just a second.
What the fuck happened?
Completely frozen. Look, I thought it was me at first. I
thought it was you too. Am I back? Is everything
yeah,
fine?
yeah, you're good. You're good. I was like, I was waiting for the commentary, but I was like, you know what? Hey,
That was so weird. Like
it,
I thought it was you too, and I was like, "Oh my god, his shit's fucking up again. Here we go."
you know
Sure
what?
enough, completely kicks me out, and I was like,
Not me to blame here tonight, Lou. So
and
you
then
were
I see
actually,
myself frozen, and you're fucking talking.
quite frankly, I do want to go into that stream after that and screenshot what you looked like, because
Listen,
you were paused, your
delete
tongue was
this.
pretty much out.
I
Yep.
saw it.
So yeah,
Delete the
that was
stream
the
when you're
image that
done.
we've seen for the last about minute and a half. So yeah.
Oh my god.
Gonna
Fucking
catch up here with the chat really quickly. Russell says he's missed us. Russell, we missed you too, man. We missed you too a lot.
we missed you too.
So Cody, he's going to be watching the Haddonfield Nightmare here tonight. He was saying that he's excited to watch the movie. Cody, I hope that you enjoy the movie a lot. If you came from that Halloween group that shared it earlier this week, I seriously hope that you have a great time with it. A lot of time, a lot of effort went into making it. Let us know next week, or message me on social media or whatever. Let me know what you think. I'm definitely excited to see what you have to say about it. Mud, where are the drinks at? It is Thursday. It's Thirsty Thursday. We should probably have something to drink, but right now I've just got a nice cold water. So, and she's got a Baja Blast. Not the fun Baja Blast though.
Huh?
Not the fun one from like Vegas, the Taco Bell that has the Baja Blast that you can put tequila and stuff like that in.
Yeah, unfortunately, no. It's just regular watered down Baja Blast.
Don, man, we appreciate you being here. Gory, how you doing? I missed all you guys, man. Inside Rules. Did you say that you watched Inside?
I did.
I did watch Inside as well. Inside is it's a solid time. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5. Got some good moments to it, but overall, thought it was all right.
Had that one moment that got really weird.
Huh?
You remember that one moment with the? I don't want to spoil anything, because it's so out of left field from what this movie is going for, and all of a sudden it's almost like a zombie type thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. That was a little weird. I was
That
like,
was weird.
genuinely, I was like, hey, yo, what?
Everything else, I was like, okay, all right. I'm like, it's definitely not my kind of movie. But then that happened, and I was like, what?
Yeah, like, I mean, I will say, like, when that girl, like, that shot of when she was sleeping and then you see the girl in the black back up into like Into the Shadows and everything. That was some really good stuff. I love that. I love a horror movie that's able to do that. And that honestly was just like, and she just disappears into the darkness too. Just like, oof, creepy. So yeah, definitely like that. Thought that it had some really good blood. I thought that overall it was a solid time, like I said. Byron, what's going on, man? How you doing? Charlie says, Braden, I'm not sure if you've seen I Know What You Did Last Summer, but if you were a writer for the new sequel in development, how would you write it? So I have not seen that movie, and I can't even tell you how long. I really don't even remember it. So, you know, I have to rewatch it. This is definitely a question for something that I need to rewatch it first because I don't want to just talk out of my ass. The last time I saw this, I must have been like 11 or something like that. But yeah, I don't even own it. So I do want to rewatch it though. So yeah, I will get back to you on that question once I watch it. Des has seen it. Des, if you were able to be a writer on the new sequel in development, how would you write it? What would your log line be, or how would you approach it?
I would do a requel because I think it's the only way to like fully make it make sense. So ignore I Still Know What You Did Last Summer, and definitely ignore I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer because that's almost not even like a part of this franchise. It's so awful. But I would say like do a requel, bring back Jennifer Love Hewitt and bring back, Freddie Prinze Jr. and just have the fishermen like come after them. I don't know. It would basically like I couldn't think of anything that wouldn't be anything we haven't necessarily seen already because I feel like it would just be kind of like what we got in I Still Know You Did Last Summer and just have it be that, but they're older and change up like the location. But I do think it's pretty cool. I never really thought we would get another like I Know What You Did Last Summer, at least not like a canon one, because I don't know, like it was popular, but I feel like it's not like on the level of like what some of these movies are. So I'm surprised we are, but it's exciting because I mean, I like the movie. I love 90s teen slashers, though. I saw Gavin, he did not give it a good score. Hurt my feelings just a little bit, but it's all right. But personally, I love I Know You Did Last Summer, and I still know. I'll always know. I will never watch that again. You should watch it, though.
I've heard that it's quite bad. I've never seen I know I haven't seen the last one for a fact. And Mud, you gave us a super chat. You know what that means, all.
Oh
You,
my god.
For your information, my revenue stream currently generates $2 million a year in charitable contributions for my community. Hot damn.
I know you didn't miss that. I know you didn't miss that at all.
No, because I know they were doing it on purpose.
Deathgasm. So definitely something that we need to watch. I think we're gonna do a watch long for that though, as we get closer to Halloween, right? Or when is it?
Yeah, I think closer to Halloween would be good, or even during the month of October. And it's supposed to be a drinking one. It needs to be drinking. And that is a movie we're going to get fucked up with because everyone, at one point, people are left and right going. So, but it's
Okay.
going to be a lot of fun. I
Okay.
know I say it every time. I love Deathgasm. It's so good.
I'm definitely excited for that one because you talk about it. Mud comments a lot about it. So, that's definitely something that I'm looking forward to. I always love a movie that kind of like me. And I'm not watching it until we get on here because this is going to be like my live first time actual reaction to me seeing what the hell is going on screen. Okay. So, and I'm going to be drunk. Oh, man, we're going to have fun that night. Everybody better be here for that night. That's all I got to say. Russell says, why the absence? I don't know. Like, I mean, every single week, like, I mean, for Fear Freaks, we've just kind of been busy. These like we've each kind of had something coming up, like whether it be like a family thing or like something with work or whatever. But
Graduations.
exactly, it's a busy time. May is a very busy. Like, it gets busy, And then there's a few nights during the week where I thought that I wanted to come on and do a stream, and then like by the end of the day, I was just kind of beat, and I was like, you know what, just not going to do it. And so now though should be on a pretty consistent schedule throughout the summer, whether it'll be Wednesday or Thursday. It's just going to kind of depend, but it will be on one of those 2 days. It'll just kind of depend on the schedules and all that stuff. So yeah, just like, again, I also kind of needed this break, if I'm being honest. I feel like at one point I was just doing way too much, and now I feel refreshed though, and all that stuff. So definitely glad to be back, and I missed you guys, man. I missed everybody here. It's great to see that we have such a great chat going here tonight already. So thank you guys again for being here. All those muscle-bound action heroes sure do act like high school girls. Damn right.
They're pretty catty. They are definitely catty. They're definitely pretty. It's just like back and forth.
Yep. Blu-ray Addict, what's going on? Welcome in. You guys watch any good movies or TV shows lately?
If I watch any TV, no, I'm not. All the TV I watch is stuff I've already seen. I'm rewatching That 70s Show again because it's on Peacock. Was very excited because I did not know that. I went downstairs one day. My mom was watching it. I said, how are you watching this right now? She said Peacock, and I ran upstairs and I put it on. Even though I own it on Blu-ray, it's like sitting right here. It's so much easier just watching it on streaming. Because what I hate is I will fall asleep, but I'll have it to where it like auto plays like the entire disc. So then I fall asleep, and then I don't want to go through and have to like click each one. So what do? Just skip the next disc. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of annoying. So I'm happy it's streaming again. So that's what I'm watching. I really need to watch Midnight Mass. I've told me I was going to do this for over a year. So maybe this weekend I will. I know I always say that, but I'm feeling this weekend.
Yeah, I need to watch that too. And it's fun. I'm a huge Mike Flanagan fan too, man. And I'm just like, I mean, I haven't even finished Blind Manor yet. Like, I have to finish Blind Manor. Like, I know. Like, I love The Haunting of Hill House. Haven't finished Blind Manor. Haven't watched Midnight Mass. I have quite a few shows that I need to watch. Like, and this is like horror related and even non-horror related. I've just got a lot to watch right now. But it's funny though. I'm literally caught up. Everything that's at the movies, every big movie release right now, I'm caught up on. Like, I go basically every single week. Like, I mean, so I've almost been to a movie theater. I've almost been to the theater every single week throughout this year so far. And tonight at 8:30, I'm going to see Across the Spider-Verse. So, Yeah,
well, I saw Scream 6.
That's still good. Still acceptable, if you ask me. But any movies or shows? Well, Des, what did you just start recently?
I started watching. I was about to say, I was like Infinity Pool because that's what I was talking about earlier. I started watching the fucking Marvel Cinematic Universe. I am 4 movies in, on the 5th one. Did not like Captain America. And listen, I was even talking to Brett about this. I was like, look, when you're mentioning Hitler in a movie with superheroes, where like the boys also mention stuff, but I feel like they handle it in a different way. But like watching this movie, and then like that is a subplot for the movie is like Nazi stuff going on. I was just like, what are we doing?
Because Hydra was a Nazi division. Like, that was like, and Hydra's very important for what's up and coming as well. So Hydra is still around in phase 2 and everything. So
I hate his dumb looking face. I hate it.
Not Captain America, everybody. It's not Captain America. She's talking about Red Skull.
Yeah, because he freaking unmasked himself like a freaking Scooby-Doo villain, and his face was just red. And I was like, listen, that I wasn't trying to go in and be a hater, because I'm not trying to do that with any of these movies. I'm trying to give them like a fair chance, which I feel like I'm doing. But that movie just completely lost me. There was not a lot that I even liked about it. I will say the end, though, the ending was pretty cool, I guess. Like the end credit.
Again, I did tell you, I think that you're going to like the next two Captain America movies. There's no reason you shouldn't love them because they get better. The Captain movies get better. The Thor movies, Thor has a wish. I mean, you might be I don't know. You might love Thor the Dark World. Who knows? Like, you might be like one of those like super rare fans. It's like, that was actually really good. I like certain elements of Thor too, but Thor Ragnarok is my favorite of the Thor movies. And then did I say, and then Love and Thunder is just not that great. So
that's the one with like the screaming goats or something, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I kept seeing those everywhere. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that would.
Wait, I'm so sorry to cut you off. Gavin, yes.
What's up?
I was having issues because, on if you get a letterbox and if you click on your review, you can share your thing to your story on Instagram. And I was trying to do that yesterday for Captain America. I was like, kept trying. Like, I would wait an hour, try again. And it kept saying, like, app currently doesn't support sharing to stories, even though it's like share to Instagram stories. So there's something going on with the fucking letterbox. Sorry, that was just really getting on my nerves yesterday because I was like, what do you mean it won't share? It says it will. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember trying to do that one time and I had issues with it. And so I was just kind of like, whatever. I haven't tried it recently though. So I just kind of like stopped. But yeah, so you're finally on the Avengers. So we'll see. Hopefully we'll be able to report next week what you thought about the first time that all of them teamed up together.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking forward to. See, I think I will like Captain America when he's not just on his own because like I just didn't feel like a connection with him. I didn't feel like I don't know, like I just didn't feel anything, which I was so surprised because like I do like Chris Evans. So I thought I would like his character so much more. So I'm excited to see how he interacts with everyone else because I feel like that'll make me like him more. I just don't know how I feel about him like as a standalone sort of character. I just feel like for me, there just wasn't much to him that I like gravitated towards.
Yeah, and again, like I feel like that. I mean, I like Captain America, the first one, because I'm a huge history guy. World War II is literally my topic. I love World War II. I love learning about it. And
about it. Don't say you just love World War II.
Okay, sorry. I love reading about it. I love learning more about it. I just like the topic in general. Like, I mean, now, is it a bad topic is there bad events that occurred in World War II? Yeah. I mean, everybody should know what you mean by that, okay? It's not like I love World War II.
Well, it's like I can't just be like, oh, I love true crime. Like, no, I don't love it. I find it interesting, but I don't love it. I don't love that people freaking get murdered.
Well, yeah, obviously. So, okay, I like reading about it and I like learning more about World War II. So, I like that it was like that the era that it took place in, that the first Captain America took place in was World War II. Because, I mean, like Cap was like going and he was freaking taking them all out and everything like that. It was awesome. So, I thought that it's really good. But, yeah, definitely. Those movies definitely get better. And The Winter Soldier, such a damn good movie. So
I'm excited for that.
Yeah, anyway, did you guys see that John Carpenter recently said there might be a sequel to The Thing? I did see this, which I think, and if he's going to be directly involved with it, I think that is awesome. I mean, I don't know if he's going to be the director of the movie or if he's just going to executive produce like he did with the new Halloween trilogy. But if he's directly involved with it, then you know what? I would be curious to see where they decide to take this. I mean, it doesn't surprise me now that we've seen a lot of different, requels and sequels and all that stuff. But if this is going to be a direct sequel to The Thing from the 80s, then I'm definitely a huge fan of that. So I'll be there day one for a fact.
Yeah, that would, like I'm like a little hesitant about it, but if they do it, I hope it's done well. I have not seen the 2011 The Thing, like the prequel. I do know the effects are horrible. I've watched the kill count, of course. So like I've seen the way those effects look, and it's really disappointing because they did shoot with like, practical effects, and then they were forced to like cover them up with these awful digital effects. So if they bring or if they do it, I really want it, hopefully it's done well. And I saw an idea because Gory, I just saw his comment said, but did you like Overlord? Which Kurt Russell's son is an Overlord. If they could bring his son into it somehow, I think that would be pretty cool. I saw an idea with that, like his son being in the movie somehow, because you haven't seen Overlord, right?
Mm.
Overlord is so fucking good for like, because it has to do with World War II. So there you go. And it's so crazy. You have got to watch Overlord. That's the one I watched for Joseph Quinn, who wasn't in it very long, but it was still, the movie is so worth it. It like completely blew my expectations because it's two. I won't say what the other thing is, but it's two things I'm already kind of like, oh, I don't know if I don't really like war movies, stuff like that, but it is so fucking good. It was so good. So you definitely got to watch that.
I definitely do
and
want to watch it.
Son
For
is so good. Well, I was like watching, I was like, damn, that guy looks so familiar, but like he looks familiar, but not exactly. And then I looked him up and I was like, holy shit, Kurt Russell's son. That makes sense. And then as soon as I like read it, I was like, yeah, that is exactly it. But he was so good. So watch it.
Good. Yeah, I definitely do want to check that out here, hopefully in the near future. Russell, will you be posting some promos for the Final Nightmare campaign that we can share around? So I'm sharing cards and everything like that right now. It's June 1st. I do have, I think on June 7th, I'm trying to get this made as quickly as I can. But it's the pre-launch campaign for the Last Nightmare campaign, which will open on July 7th. So anybody that signs up with their email will get exclusive early discounts and everything like that. So you guys might get like $5 or $10 off of a Blu-ray. Haven't determined that yet, but yeah, we are opening that here hopefully within the next week or so. So sign up for that. Get your name on that list. Share it around because again, we really, really are going to need all of the support that we can get on The Last Nightmare. We are trying to raise pretty much like 4 times what our initial budget for the first movie was, but that's because of everything that we want to pull off in this one for you guys, and we want to deliver hopefully a Halloween movie that you guys are satisfied with for an ending. I know Des really is in need of a good Halloween ending, so that's for sure.
Burn me once and then fucking burn me again, dude.
What?
Thinking about Halloween Kills and Ends, not your movie.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like, my comment. I was like, what do you mean? The last one I was just giving a slight burn towards The Strangers Pray at Night. But that's about it.
Oh,
no,
oh,
no. So I thought that's why I was thinking about that. I was like, no, I don't mean anything against you. Like, I'm just saying, like, hopefully we're able to deliver a conclusion that fans are satisfied with and everything like that. So
I was just thinking about fucking how upset I was walking out of Halloween Ends.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I literally walked out and I was like, the fuck? Like, I've seen it. What? Did we do a drink along for that?
No.
No?
I don't think we did anything.
We did our
we
did our spoiler discussion. I know we did a
I don't even
spoiler
remember.
talk. Yeah, I did a watch along for it, I think, on my channel when it was on like the week after it came out. I did a watch along for it. But we might as well just throw that on the drink along list because maybe we could do that this October. We could do one of those in October. Yeah, for Halloween Ends. But no, seriously. So guys, mark your guys' calendar down. July 7th. Make sure if you guys get paid, throw $5, $10. your whole paycheck in. What? No, so don't do
5,
that.
10,
Seriously.
1,500, however much you make, like no big deal.
No, seriously, don't do that. But just a small donation it goes a long way. So if you guys have $10 on the side, throw that in. And if you guys are going to use that for a Happy Meal or something like that, let me know. I'll buy your guys' Happy Meal and have it sent to your guys' house the night that The Last Nightmare premieres, and you guys can enjoy that while you guys watch the movie. So there you go.
Why a Happy Meal specifically, though?
I don't know. It was just the first thing that came to my mind. Like, yeah, like a Happy Meal, like, you know. So anyway, let's see here. Scream 6 feels like it was written by a 5-year-old. I think that it's a little bit more mature than that, but
10.
you know, a 10-year-old. Yeah, I'd go 10, you know, but that's about where I would say. Charlie says the second Captain America, you'll love Destiny. So
I hope so, Charlie, because that first one, I was really checking out of it. I was not there for it. So I'm excited. I'm hopeful, you know. I'm not giving up yet. I'm getting through this fucking franchise.
Yeah, literally. Blu-ray says, yeah, The Winter Soldier and Civil War were both good. I'm not the biggest fan of the first Captain America movie either. So there you go. And he likes...
that makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Well, whenever I was going through people's Letterboxd scores, it was like all over the place. I was expecting to not really see like a lot of like criticism or anything, and I saw like a lot of 2s, 2.5s, 3s. So I was like, okay, it's not just me. That was like, what the fuck? Because when we got to Thor, the whole opening part of the movie, I was like, oh my god, no, because I just don't like movies that are like that. I don't. The whole fantasy, that is just so out of my realm. So I was not really into it. And by the end, I really liked Thor so much more than what I started with. At the start, I was like, I hate this. And then, you know, it got better. With Captain America, I was like, it'll probably do the same thing. Well, then I found out that we're not getting into present day. And I was like, oh, yeah, no. And yeah, it never went up from there. It just went down. It did make me a little sad at the end. I will admit, it was a little upsetting. I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's sad.
Russell says, are y'all looking forward to the new Flash movie? I am. I mean, I know Des has seen the trailer and she said that she thinks it looks good.
The trailer looks cool. I have not seen any of those movies, so I'm not looking forward to it.
No, I'm definitely excited. I mean, the fact that there's 2 Batmans in there is absolutely outstanding. Definitely, I would be lying if I said I was like the most excited to see Ezra Miller in the movie. I'm not, but I'm glad to hear that from the reviews that it is like everyone's like, oh, it's just a Batman movie with the Flash in it. But no, apparently it is a Flash movie, which it is called The Flash. So I would hope so. I would hope that it's a Flash movie. And apparently like he gives a hell of a performance. I'm definitely very, very much looking forward to seeing that. So and obviously like you've got Batman in it, so that's just an added bonus, which I'm very much looking forward to. And it's Michael Keaton back. Oh, say less. So, and Ben Affleck. Love that. Ben Grimm says Guardians is my favorite of the Marvel movies. What did you think of The Incredible Hulk? So this is actually a movie. So The Incredible Hulk did come out in 2008. It came out actually right after Iron Man. But, and yes, it technically is involved in the MCU, but it's not in phase 1 on Disney Plus, which is odd. I think it's on Disney Plus, but Ed Norton plays Bruce Banner / the Hulk in this movie. And in the Avengers, Mark Ruffalo plays Bruce Banner. So I don't know, like Marvel's just always kind of like made it seem like it's like not in the MCU, but it is. Because at the end of the Hulk, Tony Stark comes in trying to, like, he's talking to, God, I haven't seen The Incredible Hulk in so long, but he's talking to one of the corporals that's in the MCU later on. So The Incredible Hulk is definitely one that you should watch, but I don't think it's one that you need to watch now because it might also confuse you because they recasted Ed Norton and Mark Ruffalo and everything. Like, so
Yeah. Well, like, because I knew that Mark Ruffalo played the Hulk, and I've seen like clips, and then whenever it was on the end credits, I saw Mark Ruffalo for a split second, and I was like, oh, like what the like I haven't even seen him in anything else, like, so I was like kind of surprised. I feel like I might have seen the Hulk, like one of the Hulk movies at some point, like as a kid. Maybe it was that one that you're talking about. Because I was curious as to when that starts to happen.
yeah, so his introduction is technically in the Incredible Hulk. Like, that is part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So you'll definitely want to watch that before, because Liv Tyler's also going to be back. Like, her character's back, because she's in the Incredible Hulk. Like, she's like his love interest and stuff like that. So she is going to be back in Captain America and the New World Order, I think, which is in theaters next year. So you'll definitely need to watch it before then, because she has a part to play and she's the same character. So,
Okay.
which is funny because, yeah, and so she was in the Hulk, and then she also was in The Strangers that same year, 2008. So she was in two, like a big horror movie that year and the big Marvel movie. So,
Big
yeah.
year.
So, Braden, have you ever seen the show The Man in the High Tower? It's about if Germany and Japan won World War II and took over the U.S. I have not seen that, but that actually sounds very interesting, and I'm going to add that to my list immediately. So it's a show, The Man in the High Tower. Do you know how many seasons it is by chance? I know I can just look it up, but can you just tell me how many seasons it is? Thank you. Shabanti, what's up, man? Welcome in. Top 3 comic book films are The Dark Knight, Logan, and Joker. That's a really damn stellar list. I will say, as much as I like The Dark Knight, I know I've said this before, I've been very vocal about it online, but Batman Begins is my favorite Batman movie of all time. Still is, and it probably still will be, maybe 10 years down the line, unless the Batman Part 2 takes that place. But we will see. Mutt says they have to get Kurt Russell back if they make a Thing sequel. Yeah, I definitely agree. What? Is she frozen again? Or am I frozen? She's definitely frozen again. Yeah, I'm moving. I'm gonna get your guys' questions and everything like that. She's faking this time. Okay, so it is her. Okay. Yeah, she's definitely still frozen because now she's gone. She has disappeared. Okay, so she just exited. That's okay. But yes, I agree. They do need to get Kurt Russell back if they make a Thing sequel. Are you guys looking forward to the new season of Black Mirror? I have not seen any season of Black Mirror. So as of right now, no. I've heard good things about Black Mirror. So my hope is to, again, that's one of those shows that I'm hoping to eventually watch. But as of right now, not looking forward to season 3 just because I haven't seen any of the other seasons. Welcome back.
I'm gonna fucking lose it. I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what's going on either. Honestly, now I know how it feels to have to keep a conversation going for having internet problems. So,
Yeah, you're much more calm. I'm ready to fucking freak out. All right,
yeah.
it's fine.
Are you looking forward to the new season of Black Mirror?
I've never seen Black Mirror.
Okay, cool. So that answers that question. Let's see here. What are you vaping, Destiny? You look paranoid. Thanks,
How do I look paranoid?
Don't say that. It's because I am.
August 15th will be the 20th anniversary of Freddy vs. Jason. Oh my gosh. I absolutely adore that movie. And I think how we should celebrate that is we should celebrate that with a drink along and so we watch it and drink along to that because I love that movie. I love it a lot. So I will always be the biggest defender of that movie. The story is terrible, but yeah, I think the way that they're able to bring them together, though, I like the way that they're able to mix Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. But what I mean by the story is, I guess I should just say the acting is very cheesy. There's some very fun moments to it, but I love that movie. I will always talk about the positives of Freddy versus Jason, and one of the big positives, gonna say it right now, that end, that sweet end, like the last 20 minutes of them just beating the holy shit out of each other. Love every bit of it. And I've even told Destiny this in the past too. If they didn't have that ending, if like the fight was like only 5 minutes and it was just dog shit, the whole movie would have definitely failed. But because when they're actually together on screen and the scenes with them are very entertaining, I mean, yeah, like the movie is very much up there. I fucking love it. So
That would be fun.
yes,
And drinking watch along. I do like the movie. I don't think I love it as much as you do, which is fine. But I think it is a really fun movie. It's definitely.
Oh, go ahead.
It's somewhat bad, but it's good.
Yeah, I mean, I watched it so much as a kid, I had to rebuy it because my disc got fucking like so scratched up because I watched it so many times. Like, I mean, it was like anytime I would stay home from school sick, I would always have it on. It was constantly on in my household. So yeah.
Well, I do remember we're at like a family, like friend's house, and we're kind of like waiting for people to show up. And so I was like looking at their movies, and they had Freddy versus Jason. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. So I put it on. And then like anytime someone walked through the house, the first thing they would say is this Freddy versus Jason? And I'm like, yes. And everyone sat down. So it was pretty cool just because, I feel like a lot of times when you put on a horror movie, you just really don't know. Like one time I put on The Ring, and this lady was like, when the kids get here, you're going to have to turn it off, which I didn't do because like I was watching that. So it was fun that like everyone was like, oh my God, is this Freddy versus Jason? Everyone wanted to watch it, and we all did. We watched the entire movie. So it's a loved movie.
I do love I love that damn movie. So Mia, what's going on? Welcome in. See that we're also I'm like literally going down this right here. It looks like I'm almost caught up, but then I scroll down and there's more comments. So we got a few more Marvel comments here from our Marvel discussion. Mia's defending Thor Ragnarok, saying that it is good. I definitely agree. Misael, what's going on, buddy? When are you watching Deathstream? Is it Deathstream or is it Deathgasm?
See, I think he's talking about Deadstream because there's Deadstream. Deathgasm though is another. Yeah.
What the fuck? Then yeah, I guess sometime we'll watch it.
You haven't seen Deadstream?
Mm-mm.
That was a fun one.
Yeah, haven't seen that yet. So Marvel Disney doesn't fully own the solo rights. The Hulk Universal does. I mean, that is true because they have at Universal Orlando, they've got like the Incredible Hulk coaster, and they've got like their Marvel area as well. However, I don't think that overall, I don't think that Universal's allowed to add anything else to that. Because like as of right now, like Disney is also technically, because they own the Simpsons, so and Universal also has like the Simpsons area. I don't think that they're able to add anything. Like they can update some stuff to it if necessary, but they can't add anything that's currently there because they're leasing them the rights to now have that area in their park. Kind of like Warner Brothers owns Harry Potter, so each of them are kind of just like allowing them, which it's kind of interesting when you look at the business side of that as to like why certain areas are allowed to be in certain places. I just always find that incredibly fascinating. So I'm just going to shut up now before I go on this nerd rant that nobody wants to hear. Thank you, Charlie. General Ross is who Tony Stark is talking to at the end. Thank you. I appreciate that. Speaking of Liv Tyler, didn't The Strangers just turn 15 years old? Yes, it did. 2 days ago, I think it was 2 days ago, or was it yesterday?
Yeah. No, I think it was 2 days ago.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was 2 days ago. So, yeah, that's 15. And I was telling everybody earlier, Missile, that I just ordered The Strangers Blu-ray that will be here tomorrow. So I'm definitely excited to add that to my collection. And it's got the unrated and the theatrical cuts. So I'm excited about that.
You know, I'm trying to remember the unrated cut. I don't think I like it.
Really?
Because I think on my Blu-ray it also has that, and I've watched it, and it's just kind of weird. Like there's some parts, like the ending is a little bit different. It's like not that much different, but it's just kind of like I feel like it doesn't fit the movie that well. So I definitely think like there's like some news clipping kind of like weirdness in the opening and like I think like the unrated cut or something. So I don't know, it was a little strange. It really threw me off the first time I watched it. I was like, what the fuck is this? So I think theatrical is probably better.
I'll have to watch both of them. That's definitely something I'll have to do now that I'll be an official owner of the movie. So, I'm excited about that. Denise, what's going on? Welcome in. Sorry, I've been MIA for a few months. I'm back. What did I miss? Quite frankly, nothing.
Not a whole lot.
We too have been MIA for quite some time. So yeah, you are totally fine. This is pretty much like good as new. But we're glad to have you in here. So Mia's asking, did you see Midnight Mass? If so, force Des to watch it. So we were talking about this earlier. I have not seen it, neither has she. So,
but he hasn't even finished Bly Manor, which is crazy because I binged that in one day, and I was a wreck by the end of it. Like Haunting of Hill House. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, I was sad, and like I felt this sadness like in my body. Like I was just like, damn, that was really upsetting. But Bly Manor, I was bawling my eyes out on my bed. It was so sad. But neither of us has seen Midnight Mass. But we both plan on it.
Both plan on it. I definitely need to. I need to finish both. So yeah. What do we got here? Freddy died by fire. Jason died by water. How can we use that?
One of the best lines.
I was literally like, I was just thinking about that too. So it's funny that's literally, oh my God. I can't believe that's actually a line. I can't believe a professional screenwriter wrote that line. That's about as good as in Star Wars Episode 9 when Poe says somehow Palpatine has returned. That's an actual line. It's crazy. Like, I'm like, bro, nuts. I know you have no reaction to that because you haven't seen Star Wars. So light spoiler, Palpatine's in Episode 9, but
great.
Yeah. Let's see here. Charlie says, what's the worst Halloween film between Halloween 5 and Halloween Resurrection? It's Halloween Resurrection. It's Halloween Resurrection. It's earned that status. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I was actually super drunk one night this past October, and I watched Halloween Resurrection, and I had a ton of fun with it, but mostly because I was just laughing my ass off at everything that was going on in the movie. I think it's ridiculous. But Halloween 5, I like how it is a continuation of the story that was set up in 4. The mask is terrible, which I think it's just really if you can bypass how Michael Myers looks in Halloween 5, I think that, you can sit down and get through it. But I really do think Halloween Resurrection is just not good. Even though it does have one of my favorite gifts I love to send people, Like it's like this scene where Michael's in the fire and he's got the knife held up and he just like puts it down. I love sending that reaction. It's like a vibe kill or something like that. It's like me vibing and someone says something. Like,
Oh my God.
I love that gift so much. So I will send that to numerous people, especially as we get closer to Halloween. But yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I think Halloween Resurrection is like a fine movie to watch. Like you're saying, if you're like drinking or like if I just want to watch like a bad movie, I'll put on like Halloween Resurrection. And I watch it every October still. It's still on my lineup. Halloween 5 though, even though I watched both of them as a kid, I loved Halloween 4 and 5 a lot just because I was a little girl watching like a final girl, like a little final girl, which I thought was so cool. So they both have a soft spot, but Halloween 5 was definitely one of my go-tos as a kid, just because it had a little Daniel Harris. I thought that was so freaking cool.
I
And I really don't think 5 is as bad as people make it out to be, especially like when I found out, I think it was like an Italian director, and he was kind of like trying to add in like an Italian like flair to the movie. And watching that and knowing that, I feel like I could really see that, and I appreciate it more. Some of it doesn't make sense, and they're definitely kind of just like half-assing ideas for the next movie to kind of conclude. But I like a lot of it. The barn scene I always thought was really cool. With all the little kitty cats, I think that's adorable. Um, the laundry shoot scene with Daniel Harris, like that's fucking scary. It kind of made me nervous as a kid. It still does. So I think Halloween 5 has some really good moments. It's
Halloween
just
5,
not the
yeah,
strongest movie.
it does have some good moments, and like you said, specifically the laundry chute scene, I definitely watched, and I'd say that pretty much the from there on, I'd say that the third act I pretty much had on as a kid a lot. My mom like worked for a university that had a library where you could rent out movies, and I would always rent out Halloween 5 like as a kid. So, like, I mean, Halloween 5, it's got like a place like to where I'm like, you know what, thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I don't like it today, but like growing up with it, I had a great time with it. And quite frankly, I couldn't as a kid tell the difference between the Michael Myers masks. I didn't give a shit. I was just excited to see the character and everything like that. So
Yeah,
I
same.
think the first time I actually noticed a difference, I watched the Halloween movies like completely out of order as a kid. Like the first one I actually ever watched was Halloween 2, and my dad introduced me to Halloween 2. And I loved it. And then he was like, "Well, if you like this one, the original's on." And then that was how I got into Halloween. Was I watched the sequels before I did the originals, because I also, the first Friday movie I ever watched was Part 2, which probably also is another reason why that's kind of like the start of that franchise for me, because I love the character of Jason. But I know that it's got his mother and all that stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, I think Part 2, it's my favorite Friday the 13th movie. So yeah.
Yeah.
Little backstory there with that. I know that wasn't your question, but I just gave an essay answer towards, towards that. The conclusion is Halloween Resurrection is the worst. There you
Yeah.
go.
The whole point, Halloween Resurrection.
Sebastian, what's going on, man? Welcome in. Glad to have you in here. Are you guys excited for Terrifier 3? It's gonna have a $700,000 budget. Definitely. I love the first two. I love the second one more than the first one because there's more substance to it. But I'm very excited to see where they're going to continue with this story.
I'm really excited. Like you said, I love the first two. Definitely love the second one more. Super excited to see where they go. Lauren Rivera, obviously, would imagine coming back. So I'm excited to see where it goes. Especially with a bigger budget, just for like so much, like what they did with such a still a small budget for the second one, to see it like amped up like that, which it made so much money. So like it's not surprising that we're getting a third one, and it's not surprising they're getting a bigger budget because they brought in so much money. So it's just really cool to see something that started off like so small from the first movie, like growing this big. It's really cool. So I'm excited. I cannot wait. And I fucking hope it is playing somewhere near me because I wanted to see the second one in theaters. I really want to see this third one in theaters. I want to see people walking out. I want to experience that so much. So hopefully it gets to that level, which I'm sure it will.
I'm sure it will. I'm sure Damian Leon has quite a vision in store for this one. So it's supposed to go into production this fall. So like obviously the script is done or being finalized or whatever. And they're working out all the locations and everything. So that's awesome. Definitely excited to see where they go with that. Aaron, what's going on? I figured, there's going to be a lot of surfing in between stuff because of all the streams going on. But thanks for stopping in. Glad to have you in here. Misael saying that Blind Manor was a little weak to me compared to Hill House and Midnight Mass. Yeah, I'm excited to see where they go, or where I would rank these. So, Braden beer goggled Halloween Resurrection. Damn right I did, for a fact. It's the only way to make it through that movie without criticizing the entire thing, quite frankly. So. Let's see here. More seeing a lot of chat here about what we were talking about with Halloween Resurrection and all that. Do I see Brettman in here? Brettman, welcome in. Well, besides the one that hates Captain America. Ooh.
Aw, I'll live. It's okay.
Damn. Well, didn't go as far as I anticipated, but okay. So Halloween Resurrection, all I hear is trash. Yep. That is correct. Unless you're drunk. If you watch it drunk the first time, you might think it's the greatest Halloween movie ever. So I'm not saying that I do that. I'm just saying, like, maybe there might be people that are like that. So what movies did you guys rent the most growing up? Des, I'm going to let you take this one first.
I feel like we didn't rent movies. Not like rent them enough to like, if we rented them, it was like one time. So none. I don't know.
I will say I rented Ice Spiders a couple times. Eight-Legged Freaks I rented quite a few times. These are spider movies. So like, these are movies that you wouldn't expect me to say like right away. But did that a couple times. I mean, before I owned Freddy vs. Jason, definitely rented that a couple times. So quick story. The only reason that I got to buy Freddy vs. Jason is because I was in second grade when it came out. And my mom said if I got a 98 on my math test or higher, so between 98 and 100, like I can only get one question wrong, essentially, then she would buy me Freddy vs. Jason. I got one question wrong and got the 98. And my mom was pissed, actually. We got to the store to buy it. And she was like, are you sure you don't want like another movie or anything like that? And I'm like, nope, I want this one. So that is how I came to own Freddy vs. Jason. But we rented it new, like literally. And my dad was just like, dude, if we have to rent it one more time, I'm going to freak out. So just freaking literally have him buy it. So yeah, that's how I came to own that movie. What else? I feel like some new movies we rented a couple times. Like there was gosh, I can't really. There's a couple new ones that we rented a couple times. I can't think of them right now. But Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase rented numerous times too before I owned that. And Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. I did like that one a lot too.
That one's my favorite.
So
I love that one. I remember one of the last times I went into like, I guess a rental store, which it was DVDs at this point. I missed out on like VHS. Like I cannot recall walking into a store and seeing a bunch of VHS tapes. I like missed that. But I do remember going and seeing all the DVDs. And I remember I was with my dad and we had rented The Runaways. And because I remember us like joking around, talking about oh, like if there was anything inappropriate in the movie. And then somehow the lady, like the cashier, heard us talking, and we were talking about periods. And then she's like, "Oh, like it opens up with like a period scene," which it does. It opens up with her like wiping herself from like the blood. She said that was the worst part of the movie. There is a full-on sex scene in this that no one was expecting, and it happened so I was like, "Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god." Because I was like 10 years old. So that was like one of the last things I remember renting from a store was The Runaways. But we only rented it like once. But that's
Oh.
all I got. That's
Yeah,
really
you
all
said
I got.
you were saying that you rented movies only like one time or something like that.
Yeah, or like we would rent them off of like DirecTV, you know? Like we wouldn't go to like the stores and rent them, or maybe like Redbox or something like that. We didn't really go to stores.
Redbox. Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss video stores a lot. I do. Aaron, yesterday I told a friend that I watch a YouTuber who as a kid used to think that his head would turn into a giant fruit if he ate Gushers. And what was your friend's reaction? What I need to know what the reaction was. This is facts. I did used to think this, everybody. For any of the new viewers, that is the type of person that I am. That is where my brain goes. If anybody just decides to unsubscribe right now and never watch this channel again, I would not blame you. So
It's funny because the other day I felt like shit, and it's because I hadn't eaten anything and I had coffee. It was Sunday after the stream, so I was feeling like I was tweaking, and I was telling my mom, I was like, "Oh, I don't feel good," and she's like, "Well, have you eaten anything?" And I was like, "No," and it was like 3 p.m. and she's like, "It's your blood sugar here," and she's eating Gushers, so she's like, "Here, have one," and so I was eating them, and I was like looking at them, I was like, what a freaking little idiot. I was just like, what the fuck? But it made me laugh. I was sitting there eating the Gushers laughing because I was like, but you
nobody
know,
will
we
ever look
all,
at after that conversation with me. Nobody will ever have the same look at Gushers again. They're always going to look at it and be like, that moron that I was talking to that one day, literally just like, yeah, that's where my brain goes, people. That's where it goes. So that is inside the mind of So in one of my future movies, if you ever see somebody eat something and it pops into their head or something, and that's how they get killed, then it'll be because that's what I used to think as a
we know
kid. So
the origin story
they're gonna
of
be
where it
like,
came
that's the
from.
reference. That's the reference to his childhood.
Oh my god.
So Blu-ray asks, what's your favorite drunk food? Mine's pizza. Des, what is your favorite drunk food?
I might say either pizza or Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Okay.
Yeah.
I enjoy very thick burritos. Very, very thick burritos. Like, I mean, like it's got the extra meat on it. So there's a place that I go to out here. After we've gone out to the bars and stuff like that. Now I have a 1:30 a.m. rule to beat the crowd to this place. It's a place called Midnight Taco, meaning if I'm out and the bar closes at 2, I'm out at 1:30 so I can go and get this thing. Blair Ford, if you're in the chat, you know about this place. Misael, I might have talked to you about this place as well. I know you're in the chat. Yeah, there's a place called Midnight Taco. They have a burrito on the menu called the Crazy Burrito, and that's the one I get. I get the steak burrito loaded up with cheese, and then it's also got you have a choice. You could put Doritos, Takis, or hot Cheetos on it. So I get it loaded with hot Cheetos as well, and it is fantastic. I eat it, I wake up, and I'm completely sober. I can be in my drunkest form eating this thing, and I eat this and I come home and I take some aspirin, I go to sleep, and I wake up and I'm totally fine. So yeah, it is quite good. I love it. But burritos is my favorite drunk food. So Bretman's asking, not horror, but do you guys have any interest in Strays? Have you seen the trailer for that?
I don't even know what that is.
I've seen the trailer for it. I'm not honestly, it got delayed to August. It was literally supposed to be in theaters by now. And it got delayed like last minute too.
Is that the movie about the talking dogs?
Yeah.
Fuck no, I'm not seeing that.
Like, I mean, it looks so weird. Like I
Oh my god. Yes,
actually
that was
tried
one
to,
of the trailers. Sorry, that was one of the trailers for The Pope's Exorcist, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?" I didn't get a trailer for Evil Dead Rise, but I got a fucking talking dog movie. Anyways, continue. Sorry.
yeah, no, I was
That
gonna
really,
say
I was annoyed.
I tried to I tried to explain what the plot of that movie was to my mom, and my mom was like, that doesn't even sound good. Like I was like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like because I like this is from the it's from the same director, or I know it's the producers of Good Boys, which I do think Good Boys is funny. I do think that that's a funny movie. I think Seth Rogen's a producer on it, and everything. But I don't know. Like this one, I feel like there's things that you can do with humans that you just can't do with dogs or animals, and I feel like this is like one of those movies, like where it's like, I don't know. So maybe we'll see it and maybe it'll be funny, but I'm not really counting on it because like even like during the trailer, like there was like some jokes in there that I was just kind of like,
I think
that's
I
so
laughed like
dumb.
one time, and I was like, "It looks like a movie that would have came out in like 2008 or something." It does not feel like a 2023 type movie. I don't know. It felt so jarring. Like I was like watching, I was like, "What the fuck?" And then everyone around me was laughing, and I was like, "Am I just a hater?" But I just maybe that might be it. But I just wasn't. It's just there when it comes to like comedy, there's like a lot of stuff I don't like. And that definitely seems like something. Maybe I probably no, I won't see it. Maybe it's streaming.
Yeah,
Maybe,
I don't
but
know.
I'm not going to see it.
Yeah, we'll see. Have you both seen Stranger Things or The Walking Dead? We both have seen Stranger Things. I've watched every season of The Walking Dead except the last season. So
Yeah, I don't care for The Walking Dead, but I fucking love Stranger Things. That is one of my favorite TV shows.
I know. Go on and tell them all who you're meeting next weekend too.
Well, maybe, fingers crossed, might be meeting Joseph Quinn. Don't want to get my hopes up for the second time. Because if you can't get his visa, you can't get into America. So, you know, we'll see. Next Saturday, I'll be crying no matter what. Either if I meet him or I don't, I'm gonna be crying. So hopefully it'll be good tears and not, damn, this happened to me again. We'll see.
No, I'm thinking that you will. That would be an amazing horror movie kill with the Gushers. Thanks, Brett, man. I'll make sure to add it in. You know what? Maybe I'll just throw something like that. Apparently, some movies like to throw random shit in. So maybe in The Last Nightmare, I'll just throw in a kill where someone eats a gusher and their head pops. I don't know.
You know, might as well. What's stopping
Might
you?
as well, right? Like, or I could just throw in a scene where Michael takes 2 watermelons and smashes a dude's head, and that can be kind of fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
See him kill someone with a fruit. I mean, that'd be kind of cool. But are y'all gonna see the Boogeyman? I'm totally kidding, everybody. By the way, I'm not gonna do anything like that. So, like, I have potential backers in the chat, and they're like, okay, if he's gonna do that, then like get fucked. Are y'all gonna see the Boogeyman? I've seen it already. So I thought it was pretty solid. Des, do you plan on seeing the Boogeyman?
Probably not right now. No.
No interest right now.
No. Because usually if I go to theaters, I go with my friends, and no one has seemed like that excited for this. So probably won't be going.
Wow.
I know. I will watch it when it comes out on streaming, though.
Bacon, I'm sorry, man. I honestly saw you in here and I totally forgot to pull up your comment. And I see that you're still here in the chat. I'm so sorry. Please forgive me. But, I see again that you've been in the chat. So forgive me. I'm sorry. We've just been so deep into these conversations that I've just been
Super important, too.
I know, super important conversations. Like these could not wait conversations another 5 minutes or maybe even till a later stream. Where it's going. So I do apologize, man. But glad to have you in here, and I hope that you've been doing well. So let's see here. What else we got? All right, we're gonna be streaming here for about another 5 minutes. So I've already broken our rule, but I'm having a lot of fun right now. Moving forward, though, all episodes will only be about an hour, and maybe just past that to like an hour to hour 5. But yeah, we've already been streaming 10 minutes longer. Having a great time with you guys, though. So we'll be streaming here for about another 5 minutes. Get your last minute questions in. We will try to get to all of them. But thank you guys for being such a damn good audience here tonight. Definitely had a lot of fun with you guys. So yeah, deep into the Gushers related topics. I mean, that's so important. Like, I mean, everybody needed to know that. So, Blu-ray, what is your guys' favorite and least theater experience?
Favorite is Breaking Dawn Part 2. Least favorite was X. And not because of like the movie, just because of the fucking people in my theater. So favorite, definitely Breaking Dawn Part 2. It was so much fun seeing everyone's reaction at the end. And then X would have been great if people would have just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, people just don't know how to do that.
No.
Favorite theater experience ever is Avengers Endgame. Loved that movie, seeing it in theaters. My least favorite is got to be Insidious Chapter 3. There was we saw it in a completely sold out show. I remember it was like playing in the biggest theater, and there was just it was the typical teenagers. It was the typical when something came on screen, they were just so bickery. And I'm like, shut the fuck up. Will ya? I was so annoyed. And it's the worst when you see a horror movie and you've got those, and it was PG-13. So, those kids couldn't get in and everything. And I'm just like, this is so stupid. Which is why I'm excited to rewatch it, honestly, as we lead up to the new one. But yeah, Insidious Chapter 3, just very annoying kids. And I wanted to hurl something at their fucking head. So.
Yeah, that's always like, even like watching like the Pope's Exorcist, I thought the movie was awful, but people were talking and like, it just gets on my nerves. Like, I just could not imagine going to a theater and just having a fucking conversation. Like, how, like, having no shame, literally. How fucking dare you? But people are just inconsiderate.
Yeah, they definitely are. If anybody ruins tonight's theater experience, I will freak out because I'm very much looking forward to this movie. So, and it's like a completely sold out show, which is definitely equally as exciting. Mud says, I'm about to be 26 in 2 hours. Any life tips to make me feel young again? Get drunk. That's all I can tell you. Just get drunk. That's it. And just reflect on everything. I don't know.
Maybe don't do that. Don't get drunk and reflect on anything, okay? No. Don't reflect. Just enjoy.
No, yeah, seriously, just enjoy your birthday, man. 26, you're still young, so you're in your mid 20s. You're still young. That's all I gotta say. I'm
Just do
terrible.
what I do. Braden's older. If it ever just makes you feel bad, Braden's still older.
I was gonna say, just know you could be 27, gonna be 28 in January. So there's that. But yeah, just have a good day. Enjoy your time, and that's all you need to do. So, time is just gonna keep coming. That's what I keep saying every year. That's it. Like, I mean, there's no way to stop it. So, yeah.
Yeah. Embrace. I just saw a TikTok actually, and it was something like, sort of, not to like feel young again, but one of the things she said was like, embrace getting older because obviously it shows that you've gotten to live. And it's kind of weird when you think about that, like when kids, okay, not to get dark, but when like kids die, you're like, damn. And it really puts things in perspective. You're like, shit, you are outliving people that so just be happy, I guess, to be alive. I need to tell myself that though, because I don't want to get old either, and that shit freaks me out. but it's okay to get older because it shows that you've lived. There you go.
Wise advice. There you go. Thank you, Des. Thank you for taking the positivity of what I was gonna say and making it positive, I should say. So, not yeah. She hit it right on the head. Brett says just wait till you turn 30. Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
Denise, your birthday's in July. That is, I do think that I remember we said happy birthday to you last year. We will not miss it again this year. So make sure that you're here. Let us know when it is, and we will say happy birthday to you once again. But yeah, seriously, Mud, happy birthday. I hope that you have a fantastic day. And it lands on a Friday. What better way? Like, I mean, you have all of the rights to celebrate on a Friday. If you don't work on Saturday, then you can literally get as drunk as you want and sleep all day Saturday. So seriously, happy birthday to you. Eat a fat burrito for me. But yeah, I hope that you seriously have a great day. But Des, what do you got coming up? What's up and coming for you this week?
I don't think anything.
Nothing.
Mm-mm.
All righty.
No. What about you?
Well, with me, think that we're going to do the month of May stream. I'm going to try and do that this weekend, probably Saturday, maybe Saturday, like just not like super late, but it'll be at oh, wow. So something happened with her. But I think I'm going to do the stream where I talk about everything that I watched in May. And yeah, that'll definitely be a lot of fun. And then on Monday, we are back with the Spider-Man podcast. We are talking about Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. That was supposed to happen this past Monday, but it was Memorial Day, had something coming up. And then next Monday, we will do Across the Spider-Verse. So definitely looking forward to that. Welcome back again. And yeah, everybody, post comments down below. Let us know, what do you guys think just about everything we've discussed. I hope that you guys had a great time tonight. Des, I know that you just are having the dandiest time right now. So thank you guys so much for watching. Look forward to more episodes very soon. And if you guys like this, don't forget to join this channel on its journey to 15,000 subscribers. We'll see you guys next week on Fear Freaks. Have a great one all. Good night.